Hey y'all, it's me, Shelby. I am now a lead consultant with Scentsy, and I just wanted to share my story real quickly with you guys. It's very long and complicated, and I feel like it's still being written, but so far, I wanted to let you all know what it's done for me in my life. So let's take a step to, I guess we'll start with when I joined. So I joined in August of 2016. I had used Scentsy products for a while. But I had worked at a restaurant with my friend and now sponsor Tressa, and she came up to me and asked me if I had ever used Scentsy before, and I was like, yeah, I love that stuff. It's amazing. I love it. And she said, well, I'm a consultant, so, here's a product sheet and a sample. And so she gave that to me, and I was like, you know what, I do need some more wax and maybe a new warmer. And my sister was about to get married, so I was like, I'm going to get this for her shower gift for her shower on her husband's side. So I got her the warmer, got her the wax, and I got myself a new warmer and a couple bars of wax. And I was like, oh, wow. Like, I can't wait to give this to her. Like, this is so much fun. So, I gave it to her at her shower with his side of the family. And she opened it up, and everybody was like, oh, this is so pretty. Oh my gosh. Like, look at that. And she couldn't, like, pass the bars around for people to smell, but people still were obviously interested. And I had always known I loved the product, but I think that was the moment that I was like, maybe I should just jump on this. I love it. I'm always down to make some extra money. Why not? So I looked at my mom and I was like, what would you think if I joined? And she was like, I think you'd be great. And I'm like, but I don't want to sell. Like, that was my main step back, is I didn't want to become this salesperson. So anyway, that was my first, I guess you can call it like an aha moment that I wanted to do this. So then I went a couple more days, like I think like 2 weeks, and being the awesome consultant that Tressa is, she checked in with me and she said, hey, how are you all liking your stuff? Does your sister like her warmer and her wax? And I said, yes, I love it all. I always love it. I'm never disappointed with Scentsy. So that's when I was like, okay, she's checking in with me. Like, this is something that I think I might want to do. So I approached her a couple days later and I said, hey, I think I might want to do this. And she said, Shelby, I think you'd be really great at it. And that's all it took, was that little bit of encouragement from her, to be like, okay, I'm just going to jump on this journey right now. Like, let's do it. So I guess a couple days later, I had joined and I got my starter kit ordered. And I remember like going over to her house and like she kind of went over everything with me. And then one day I was at school because I was taking summer classes, and I came home. And I remember being like really anxious that it was about to come. And I was like, my stuff. I need it right now. But then I actually got it. And I was like, oh my gosh. Like, this is way more than I could ever imagine in my entire life. So I kept pulling out testers and pulling out catalogs and like all this different stuff. And it was so exciting. And I think that was the moment that I was like, I love this. This is fun. Even if I just get this free stuff, it's fun. But I didn't stop there. So I had a launch party, and I didn't have too big of a turnout with a launch party, but it did bring me close with an old friend that I used to work with at Brick House, the restaurant that I met Tressa. And through her, she had a party, and I got to meet some other friends through her, and this is so drawn out and scatterbrained, I'm sorry. But basically, like, connecting with her again on Scentsy got me a job where I am now. Like, working, like, it's not part-time, but it's not full-time. It's quite a bit of hours. But anyway, so it's the restaurant that she serves at, or bartends, and I bartend at now too. And that was, like, a huge changer in my life. So Scentsy brought me from one restaurant to another. that even though like I like my other restaurant a lot and I care about those people deeply, I needed a change. Um, my life has been a mess. Not really a mess, but it's just like I feel like things have taken so many tolls these past couple of months. So like I said, I was in school, and so let's take it like a step back to like 2010. So 2010, I was in school, and I started as a freshman straight out of high school to pursue a career in dental hygiene. And I did okay my first semester, which wasn't bad for being a first time college student. But then my second semester, that's when I decided to work at UPS and live in a dorm. And really, it was just, I wanted to get my college paid for by working there, but I fell into like this huge depression, and a lot of personal issues went on. Um, so I flunked my classes. I'm just gonna keep it simple and real with you all because that's what Scentsy is. It's real people. Hi. Um, so I flunked my classes, and so instead of withdrawing, I just got F's on my transcript, which is horrible. But I was 18. I didn't know. I didn't know how important it was. So take a step forward to 2015, and I was employed at a front desk office or position in a dental office. So I always knew I loved dental. Um, but I said to myself, I said, I love people, and people is the reason, or are the reason that I'm here. Um, but I only had 1 to 2 minutes with patients, whereas a hygienist could have 50 with them in their chair, getting to know them and then things. So that's what really was my drive to go back to school, was the patient atmosphere. And I'm a teeth freak. I love squeaky cleans, but so that was my drive to go back to school. So I rocked my spring semester 2016, and I re-enrolled, same major and everything. Rocked that out and took summer classes, kick button those, and then the fall semester, I kind of fell a little bit down because when the time changed, I was like, oh, depression. Like, I hate when it's dark. It really messes with me. So, I kind of went downhill with my studies. And even though it wasn't awful, it wasn't like it was back in 2010, but it wasn't great. It wasn't all A's that I needed. So, basically, embarrassing story is that my semester that I was in when I was 18 in 2010 wasn't bankrupted for to enroll into my spring semester of 2017. So I couldn't enroll because my GPA was like a 0.25 below what it needed to be on good academic standing for the program. And I'm like, okay, what am I supposed to do with my life? Like, I'm 25, I'm engaged, like, I'm trying to get through school so I can get married and get a house and start a family. And I felt really, really down on myself. I was like, what am I doing with life? Like, I felt like a failure. I cried and cried and cried and cried, and I thought, I'm going nowhere in life. But then I had this moment, and I was like thinking to myself, because I have people to look up to as Scentsy that are very successful. And I thought, maybe God is like placing me somewhere else to where I need to be, to where I can still meet all kinds of people and, build relationships just like hygiene, but it's in a different way. It's with sense. Crazy, right? So, without Scentsy, I would probably be very depressed right now, since I've suffered with it before. But I almost fell into a depression. But then Scentsy was there for me, if that makes any sense at all. It probably doesn't, but that's okay. So, since he was there for me and it helped guide me and inform me, and I'm only 25. Like, I'm young. I'm still a child, in my opinion, but it's molded me into this super confident young woman who, has passions and desires. And I'm not giving up on school. I'm not giving up. But Scentsy is going to be something that can lead me to be successful all while achieving my goal to be a dental hygienist. So it's been a crazy roller coaster. And honestly, when I joined, I really just wanted it to be like a hobby because I loved the product so much. But now I'm like looking at it and I'm like, wow, like I love this. This is so much fun. Like I can take off with this. Like I'm confident. Like I know I can do it. I just have to work for it. So I don't even know where this is going because it's such an emotional, like, I'm trying not to get too emotional, but it's emotional for me just knowing the struggles that I've been on and feeling defeated when I'm not defeated at all. Honestly, like I was defeated for a reason and I feel like this is my purpose. Um Sounds crazy, I know, because you feel sometimes when you feel defeated, you're like you get back up and you keep going for your dreams, and I'm not giving up on those dreams. But I have something else now that is a different kind of dream. And it's a different dream than I had ever envisioned in my life. And I thought I was just going to do wax and warmers just to, bring smiles to people's faces, which is my favorite part about being a consultant. But it's more than that now. I've created friendships. I cannot wait in 3 short months to just do another story for you all and tell you all what reunion in Kansas City is about to do for me, because I'm excited. I want to grow, and this might be a little too I don't know. I'm trying to get all crazy. I'm playing with my headphones because I'm really freaked out. But it's something that I love, and I've made the best friendships ever, even though I've never talked to these people in person, on the phone, through FaceTime, through even text messaging, or Facebook Messenger for that matter. Like, it's all through these fantastic groups that we build family relationships, and it is amazing. Just people and women empowering other women and cheering you on, and it's an amazing feeling. So, long story short, I felt defeated um, after I had even joined Scentsy. But I don't think that if I had been with Scentsy when I was, or not defeated, I'm not defeated. I'm going to keep going. But when I felt defeated, I don't think that there would have been anything to save me other than Sensei. So it's really amazing, and I love it. And people, I feel like sometimes they look at me because they're like, you talk about Scentsy all the time, Shelby. But I'm like, it's my life. And I wouldn't want it any other way. I wouldn't want it any other way. This is my life right now. And it makes me happy. I mean, I'm connected with people and family that, who knows, would I even have connected with them if it weren't for Scentsy? I don't think we would have. I really do. I really truly believe that I've brought friendships and family and relationships together because of this. And so it's truly amazing to me, and I hope that my story somehow spoke to you. And if you ever feel that you want something more in life, or even a little bit of extra income, or anything more in life at all, please let me know. I'd love to talk to you more about it because I hope, and my goal within these next few months is to see other people's lives change with Scentsy like it's changed mine. So, thank you all for watching, and I hope you have a great rest of your day. And always, always, Scentsy Spirit! Bye.